Hey ladies and gents, I'm really excited to show you what I've managed to accomplish in FIFA 22. So the goal here was to put the PES 2021 gameplay into FIFA 22 and to see if that's even possible, and as a first attempt I think it's pretty damn close. Please note that this is version 1 and I've only just tried using the top teams so far, so I need to test the lower divisions and maybe make some adjustments for those. There will be definitely a version 2 once I gain a greater understanding of the positioning and how that affects many different formations. This is obviously going to take some time to crack, so please wait for version 2. There are some factors in the gameplay which just don't quite match up, which I'll explain as I go. The first thing I did was boot up FIFA 22 and PES 2021 side by side. I had the AI playing with PES 2021 as I was jumping in every now and again just to get a feel for it, but I was mainly focusing on playing FIFA 22, adjusting the sliders here and there, trying to replicate the gameplay in PES 2021. I was able to drop clips into my video editor to help compare each aspect to really fine-tune that detail. My first target was to nail the overall pace of the game, as FIFA 22 on normal speed is a very fast game. You have to whack it on slow in the FIFA game settings and also turn off the agile dribbling, which can be found when you customize your controls. Next was to get the speed of the players just right, as they're super fast in FIFA normally. So I got a player with similar stats in FIFA as they are in PES 2021, which was Marcus Rashford as the test subject, and basically just ran from one corner flag to the other end of the pitch and tweaked the slider each time. It was also important that the distance between the player and the ball being touched is similar too, and that's where acceleration comes into play. So if you do listen to this clip again, you can listen to the ball being touched on the PES, and if you look at FIFA, he's roughly touching the ball at the same distance. So acceleration. Once I got the pace of the players to match PES 2021's, the next stage was to increase the distance between the player and the ball, as I just mentioned. In FIFA 22, the players are almost magnetized to the ball. To create this realistic separation between the player and the ball, I had to increase the acceleration stat. Now, whilst the first few seconds after kicking off in a game may appear a little bit unrealistic, it can be a little bit jittery because they've got maximum stamina, but after about 5 in-game minutes it all starts to calm down and the pace of the game dips to a more like PES 2021 like level. So give it time for the game to settle down first before you make any comments. The next thing I had to adjust was the pass speed. The ball pings around far too quickly in FIFA 22, but decreasing the pass speed to 25 can be frustrating. The ball will move super slow at times. Why is this? Well, there's two reasons. One, you haven't taken a touch of the ball to control it, and two is because the player is opting to use their weaker foot, even when they could use their stronger foot. So in FIFA 22, unless you're on FUMA or full manual, to those that don't know what FUMA is, you have far less control of your passes, like how much power you put on each pass. Holding the pass button down longer means you'll try to pass to someone further away rather than apply more power on the ball to the player nearby. In FIFA 22 there are driven passes. This helps alleviate the problem of these slow passes. Holding the right bumper and pressing the pass will allow you to increase your passing power to nearby players, and it's a nice little workaround. The beauty about these changes is it means you have to take that extra touch to set the ball before passing, otherwise you run the risk of misplacing passes quite frequently. Sticking to the passing theme, I had to increase the pass errors. Honestly, it's very hard on assisted or semi-assisted for players to misplace passes. With this set now to 77, it just feels right. There's plenty of turnovers, as you've probably seen in the video clips, and it removes that pinpoint accuracy when you're passing the ball through the lines. This next one is a big one for me, which helps slow the pace of the game right down and makes it far less twitchy. Set the first touch control error to 100. That first touch to get the ball out of your feet means you'll have to work the ball around the pitch, as it'll be a much slower tempo of a game in some areas of the pitch where there's a lot of space, but as you advance it will start to feel quicker with your better and more skilled players, and this does so without making the game feel boring. The next slider I want to talk about is shot error. Now I've set this to match the shot accuracy in PES 2021, but in all honesty I would probably increase this to 72 for greater realism, because I find in PES 2021 on basic shooting the shots were just far too accurate. The beauty with these sliders and the reverse engineering of these PES 2021 sliders is this is going to allow us to even add greater realism in FIFA 22, and I can't believe I'm even saying that. Goalkeepers in PES at Superstar and especially Legend difficulty are absolutely ridiculous. Scoring long shots is a very, very difficult process. 68 might be equal to Superstar level goalies in PES. For realism, I would probably lower this, and that's the beauty again of these sliders. We can adjust and fix the things that we dislike about PES 2021, and for me, that goalkeeping ability has to be dropped a little bit. It would be nice in PES or eFootball now as if there was two sort of levels, one for the A or general AI of the team, and then the other one for goalkeepers. So you could have Legend AI, but then you could have professional level goalkeepers. And that would be a really nice balance and something to think about in the eFootball series. So those are the user and CPU sliders you need to adjust to get that PES 2021 gameplay in FIFA 22. And I'm very, very pleased with the results so far. The next steps are to understand the positioning sliders, fine tune some of the CPU and user sliders a little bit further if necessary to bring the game even closer to PES 2021. Once I've done that, then I'll be looking to make adjustments to keep the core PES 2021 gameplay as much as we can in FIFA 22, but then fix many of the issues in PES 2021, such as the goalkeepers being overpowered on long shots and increase the chance of missing the target. I'll then look to see if these sliders need adjusting for the lower divisions such as the EFL 2, EFL 1 and the Sky Bet Championship. We could then look further at increasing the realism, but what we've got here in version 1 is one of the best set of sliders if you enjoy PES 2021 gameplay. I certainly do. The AI was set to world class and they were slightly easier than before, but I still found it really, really challenging. If you're on Legend or Legendary difficulty, then you'll need to make sure you turn the competitor mode off. I'll need to see how well these sliders scale with the difficulties in FIFA 22 as well. So the first thing we need to do is go to your game settings menu, scroll all the way down until you get to the game speed and make sure this is set to slow. Next up, we want to go all the way to the right, so just keep pressing right trigger in the game settings menu. This will take you to the FIFA sliders, or better known as the FIFA sliders, but they're actually called the user gameplay customization options and the CPU customization options. And basically you want to mirror these the same as that I've done here. So what you're seeing as the user needs to be put into the CPU as well. So just copy these. So sprint speed 37, acceleration 65, so on and so forth until all those are input into the game. And this is going to give you the most accurate representation of PES 21 in FIFA 22. And it's actually pretty good, to be honest. So there we are. Those are the key settings. The last thing we need to do is turn off the contextual agile dribbling. To do that, just head over to your customized controls and then it's right there. Make sure it's switched off and then you're good to go. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button, overhead kick that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well. Until then, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.